what is consciousness? Part 2, I guess. Um, what is enlightenment? What is Christian or Christ consciousness? Part 2. Um, a lot of it is being aware or conscious of the fact that there is an outside and there is an inside, is what I feel, at least. Inside meaning in your brain. You can be in your head, in your thoughts, lost in thought. And most people are lost in thought for the most part. They are lost in worry, or they are lost in fantasy, or they are lost in doubt or fear. Some people are lost in, like I said, fantasy, and that's cool. To be lost in happiness. But it's also really great to be aware of that and to choose which thought, and that is consciousness. Choose which thought you want to be lost in. If you decide to go into thought, then you can choose which one you want to be in. And if at any moment a worry does come up, you can wake up from that little dream, from that little fantasy. And I do it every day. Let's say I think about something that I really want, or I get lost in a fantasy. I let myself think about something that I really like. And if a worry does come up, hey, wake up. Just like sometimes you do in a dream. Have you ever done that in a dream? Where you'll be dreaming of something and you're like, oh, cool, everything's cool. And then something weird happens, like a dinosaur comes out with a laser beam on his head or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. Oh, wake up, oh my God, wake up. And you wake up and you're like, oh, whew, I caught myself. Whew. I knew it was a nightmare, so I woke myself up. That's life. That's it. That's consciousness. You can have fun in your thoughts, but make sure they're fun. And as soon as they get scary, as soon as your thoughts get scary, wake up. Wake up and live in the moment. How do you live in the moment? I said it a couple videos back, but living in the moment is focusing on something. Focus your eyes on a tree outside, or on your cat, or your pet, or your significant other. Listen, what are the sounds that are going on in your house right now? Can you hear the computer fan? Touch something, touch your skin. How does it feel? That's living in the moment. And really focus in on it. And it's not really that hard. You don't even have to try. Just touch something. Listen to your senses. That's living in the moment. And that's consciousness. So in a nutshell, life is all a dream. But when it gets a little scary, you can wake up from your thoughts. You can wake up from that dream and live in the moment. And it helps to ask questions. How do you get into these things? How do you really delve into the moment? How do you get into the moment? How do you get lost in the moment? Or not lost in the moment, but how do you wake up and stay in the moment? A lot of people have trouble with that because they have racing thoughts. Well, ask yourself some questions. What I like to do is, for example, let's say I'm showering or whatever, and I want to stay in the moment, which I usually do all the time because I figured out how to do it. And once you figure out how to do it, you can do it at will. But here's what I do. Let's say the shower's coming, the water's coming out of your shower faucet. Look at the water. And not only look at the water, but direct your thoughts towards the water too. As you're looking at the water, touch it. All right? Feel it. Listen to the water running as well. How does it feel against your hand? The temperature. Do you have a strong shower head? Is it really strong, or is the water pressure low? Is it hitting? How forcefully is it hitting your skin? How hot is it? How cold is it? How does it sound? What does it look like? Can you see each droplet? Can you not see each droplet? Can you try to see each droplet? Think about the plumbing as you look at this water. How does this water come out? It's so amazing, isn't it? Really get into the thought and really start to appreciate it. And once you dive into these things, once you dive into what you're focusing on, excuse the lawnmower guy, I think I gotta move. Sorry.